What is the number one biggest mistakes that online businesses make, or businesses that go online? Well, in this video, we'll talk about just that. Hi guys, my name is Vlad, and in this video, I wanted to address a very big topic. And this is actually something of a personal, it's almost like a soapbox. I'm just gonna vibe here. I'm gonna rave about this, okay? And I mentioned a little bit in the previous video, people are afraid to spend money. What do I mean by that? Don't click out just yet. For example, and I brought this example in my previous video, if you are a photographer, right, and you buy an expensive lens, let's say your lens costs like $3,000 and your body of the camera costs $5,000, you've invested some good money into this, or you're selling inventory, right, and you spend a lot of money, why is it all of a sudden you don't want to spend money on Instagram or Facebook? That is literally one of your biggest assets that's going to bring you in those customers, going to bring you in the sales, right? You spent a lot of money already. Why are you stopping at the point where it actually matters, where the rubber actually hits the road? People are afraid of spending money, and that's what is the biggest reason why people don't make headway. I'm a big fan of Gary Vee. That guy really inspires anybody that listens to it, saying, hey, isn't it crazy? And I've just for a second had to think about this yesterday. I ran an ad for like $20, and about 10,000 people were able to see my ad. It's like literally a stadium of people, and you're saying, hey, for about 3-4 seconds, we can put your advertise out there for $20. Now, if you think about it, that's insane. So why not spend that $20? Why not spend the money for people to see what you got? And this is across the board. If you're selling on platforms like Etsy, or you're selling on platforms like Amazon, or your full business is on Instagram or Facebook, or you name it, why not invest into your brand that has the potential to bring you a lot more in return? For example, let's say you are a photographer, right? You're running ads on your photos, right? Let's say it costs you $1 to achieve 1 follower. Well, here's the thing. Let's say you achieved 1,000 followers. How many of those followers are going to come to you for a wedding photography, right? For example, let's say you charge $2,000 or say $1,500 per wedding, right? Out of 1,000 people, you could at least get 3 or 4. But you spend $1,000, now you get 3 or 4 people. That's a lot of money in terms of return for your $1,000. People don't understand the concept that, hey, if I put this money now, it's going to benefit me later. And the thing is, let's say only 2 people out of 1,000 people actually asked you. Well, here's the thing. Those 2 people then have friends upon friends upon friends, right? Or if those 4 people, they have friends upon friends. You've initially spent $1,000 to achieve those 1,000 followers. Well, you don't know how much more you can benefit from just spending that $1,000. Put your advertisement on a daily thing. Put $100 every single day. Spend $3,000 a month. That sounds scary, but it's going to give you back in return significant a lot more. Now, you definitely want to know what you're doing. So educate yourself on how to run advertisement, how to put your brand up in front of tens and hundreds of thousands of people. Because what are you afraid of? Are you afraid of people actually contacting you for your services? Are you afraid to sell too much? The reality is you can put yourself in front of so many people for a fraction of the cost that it used to be before 20 years ago. So don't be afraid to spend money. If you're on Etsy, don't be afraid to run advertisements. If you're on Amazon, run those advertisements, because it's going to come back. It's going to return to you at some point if you know what you're doing. So I just wanted to get on a rampage. Sorry if it was too negative, but I just want to encourage you guys. Why are you spending so much time or so much money on equipment and inventory, and then all of a sudden when it actually matters for you to make those sales, you fall short? You're afraid. You don't want to pay that money. You think you can do it by hand. Well, you didn't build your lens by hand. You didn't go do a DIY photography lens. No, you trusted professionals that make the lens to make you the best stuff. Well, Instagram, Facebook, Amazon, Etsy, all these places, all these platforms, that's literally what their job is to find you customers. But they're asking something in return. Won't you give it to them? And then you'll get the return. In every company, they always talk about, this is my revenue and this is how much money we are profiting, right? What are the profit margins? That always exists. Include the cost per sale in advertisement, in growing your brand on social media platforms. Just wanted to give you a little bit of encouragement to not be afraid to spend $100 a day or $20 a day, whatever your I don't want to say comfort level, because you need to get out of your comfort level, but whatever your business will generate out of that is going to be a lot more beneficial than you think. So don't be afraid to spend money, save it up, include that in your cost to run a business. So make sure to hit the notification bell, follow, and I'll see you next time.